Betty, I know you recently lost your daughter in a pretty horrific crash that happened here, but you feel it could have been avoided if something was done at this intersection to make it safer.
Yes, so much because I came here Wednesday evening to look for Adam's wallet, and I was looking for the stop signs, and I didn't see them. And then, not even probably about a half hour afterwards, they were cutting all this brush down. My grandson turned around and told me that the brush was so high that nobody could see it till it was too late. And when you're going the speed limit and you got kids in the car and stuff like that, something's gonna distract you. But by the time that they saw it, he yelled to his father, and they were already out a little bit, and that's when the truck hit him. And they're saying that Adam flew through that. No, he didn't. That's a lie. I want that statement to stop because it's making my son-in-law, they're going through enough. They're trying to mend their body, and they have two little boys to look after. I want justice. I want something put there so this town doesn't have to go through this no more. I was told by other people that pulled my daughter out of the car and other people that lived in this residence that pulled my grandkids out that there's been 3 to 7 accidents in a 3 weeks time here. And I was told on that Wednesday before Monday, before Jessica and Adam got hit, there was an accident then and the person almost died. How many more people got to die? My daughter would probably still be alive today if they did something. So why can't the county turn around and just be like, they should be responsible for this brush? Blind spots, blind spots. Okay, you want to get on and you want to say that this man flew by there? You can't say that. And I got an officer or a state trooper right now that just turned around and told me that it is a blind spot and it was not Adam's fault. He doesn't want to go on camera, but he turned around and told me it was not Adam's fault because you can see, he said they just had somebody, one of their own, in an accident, and you can verify that. He said that something's got to be done. And when he turned around, I told him that they denied the light. He's like, how can that be? And he said there's going to be another tragedy, and I know it's going to be. Somebody probably won't die, but 7 years ago, a woman died, and then her husband died in the hospital. I don't know if it was too late, 2 days later or 7 days later. I spoke to these people in the town. This town gave me so much love, and I mean, they caressed me like you would, total strangers gave me the love and support that I needed and said they were so sorry. They were in tears saying, you know what, this didn't have to happen. And they said out of every tragedy on this, with all these accidents, that this was the most deadly one that they ever saw. So I want something done. I want justice done for my daughter and her family and her children. They're without a mother. And I know that they're going to see this and they're going to be heartbroken, but they're going to be like, Nana, thank you for clarifying that my father and us were not at fault. Because, yes, he was doing the speed limit. I understand Adam turned around and he got distracted and he missed it. But he didn't intentionally fly through that. So that statement needs to stop. And Craig Apple owes my family an apology. And he knows who I am. He just doesn't remember me. But I just want that statement to stop, be rejected, and say, okay, yes, he was distracted or something. But before it was too late.
Or it's hard to see until you're right up on top of
Right
it.
on top of it. And that's when Caleb told me, he said, Dad, and he went to like jerk and the truck hit him. By then it was too late. So if you can't see anything, how are you supposed to stop?
And what's your response to those that are saying, hey, there's a stop ahead sign down the road there?
That's too far down. And the way that it looks, it should have like something blinking around it. That way they'll be like, oh, gee, there's a stop sign ahead. Let's look for it. If that was true, that probably would have saved their life. So you got a sign there that's just a plain old sign, and you got to drive up the road and up the road and up the road till you get to the bridge, and then you're looking and you still don't see anything because there's brush. So you're like, well, where the hell's the stop sign? The only stop sign you see is the one across the street. And the one here, right here, is so far off the road that it looks like it's going for the road this way, going straight. That needs to be fixed.
How's your family doing? How are you doing?
I'm numb. Everybody in my family is crushed because Jessica was our rock. She was our angel. Um, I don't know how to describe it. I don't know if everybody's like in time, everybody's going to get over it. But with a loss like that, and you know it probably could have been prevented, And people are, I mean, we're getting people saying, well, he was driving recklessly because of what statements were made. That's not true. My son-in-law goes by the book. He always has. He's a military man. No devices. If the devices are on, you have to have a headset on. If you're in the car, you have to you have to be at not too much going around you because he's driving. Yeah. And Adam's a good dad, and Jessica was a good mom. They're great parents. They were raised well, and it's a tragedy for everybody. I mean, I got people that are contacting me from this town on my Facebook saying, we're so sorry, this shouldn't have happened. You know, are you the family? Are you the immediate family? And they're like, well, let me tell you what I saw in the last couple of years, and they're giving me dates, and they're giving me accident times that there was accidents. And when I found out in the last 3 weeks that there's been 5 to 7 accidents alone, and then there was just one that Wednesday before they got hit, why didn't they have something out here saying caution something or fixing something way down the road so nobody else got hit? So here a family comes from Virginia that travels on these roads all the time to go to Zoom Flume, and then all of a sudden, I don't think they'll ever go to Zoom Flume ever again. I was so thankful that you had turned around and called me and said, from what you saw yourself, that you couldn't see it either. I mean, that meant the world to me. That put me at ease, and I wanted to let Adam know about that, and I'm going to tell Adam about that, because I think that if I just tell him, he's going to be like, yep, she doesn't know what she's talking about. She wasn't on the road. But knowing that you drove on the road that day after and seeing what you experienced, that is going to help him tremendously and ease a little bit for him. I mean, it's not going to take away that he lost his wife that he's been childhood sweetheart with. They've been going together since they were Jessica was in I think 10th or 11th grade, and then Adam graduated and he went into the military. And I'm like, these kids grew up together. They made a life together, and they made a commitment together, and to have him feel like that, I don't want anybody to feel like that. And you don't know how bad I want to try to get a hold of the truck driver and say, listen, I know you did everything you could. It wasn't your fault. Because I feel bad for him. I can imagine what's going through his head that my daughter died. I can imagine what's going through that man's head.
Do you think the county is at fault? There has been numerous crashes here, and still nothing has been done over the weeks. I mean, I know, just May 24th there was a serious crash. Still nothing's done. So do you think the county has to answer to these deaths?
Yes. Yep. They need to contact me and my family. We want answers. We want to know how come there's been accidents and nothing's being done. They're a county. They're supposed to care about the people around them. But let me ask the county workers this, and the law enforcement. If it was one of their family, something would have been done already. Is that what it's got to take? Do you have to lose a loved one that you could never bring back? Do you have to lose your own life for this? How's your family gonna sound when somebody gets a phone call saying, oh, well, one of the officers were hit or one of the county members were hit? How are they gonna feel? How is their family gonna feel? You know what they're gonna feel? Empty and completely they're gonna feel heartless because they didn't do something. They're gonna be, you know what? This was one of our own. Why did we wait so long?
Do you think, with the number of crashes that have happened at this intersection, that it's not a coincidence?
No, it's not. Nope. Because I've had people that are in my family, they're tractor trailer drivers, and they're also other drivers, and they travel this road, and they said it's so dangerous, very, very dangerous. So I want a light here. I don't care what they're saying. I don't care how much money it's going to cost. But if they think that I'm going to let this lie, I'm not going to. I'm a Christian woman. I'm godly, and I'm going to make sure that God makes this right. And I know that God will. God is in control of everything. And if they think that this is going to lie and it's going to keep going away, it's not going to, because I won't rest till it does. I want answers, and I want them to I don't care if they have to meet me in front of City Hall or whatever they got to do in front of the county. I'm going to get a hold of the news media, and I'm going to go in front of them, and I'm going to turn around and tell them, you tell me why all these accidents happen, and then a fatality like this happened again, and you don't want to put nothing there. Why don't you put stop signs down here a little bit lower and have blinking lights coming out somewhere, and the one way down there saying caution with blinking lights, and I don't know what they're thinking.
Or write the word stop on the road.
Yes, stop should be there.
Painted on the road.
Yes, something has to be done. I mean, I just feel so bad because right now I seem calm, but my heart is broke. I mean, it's shattered, and I'm shaking a little bit, and I'm taking this very well right now, but when I went and seen my daughter and saw the condition she was in, and I saw Adam and everybody else, and I saw my grandson having flesh taken out of his body, how would they feel if that was one of their children? How would they feel? It's not my child, but I had to watch my grandson turn around and suffer like that. I'm like, and then I can't. I'm like, I really don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to warn people here, but I just feel bad for this town because they're the ones that have to come and pick these bodies up. They have to turn around and take care of these people. They've had enough. Help them out. The county needs to do something. If the county's not going to do it, I'm going to step higher up. If they don't do it, I'm going to step higher up because I don't care if I have to go to jail. I don't care how many people I have to turn around and get involved in this. I'm going to do it. I want something done. And if the people here want to back me up, they have already asked me, can you please help us? They said they didn't even want to get in contact with me. They said, but when they found out the night that I came down here looking for the wallet and they asked who I was, the one guy said, you don't even have to tell me. I said, you're her mother. That man hugged me and cried, and he said, I'm so sorry for your loss. He said, this is the most dangerous thing. He said, I've been doing this for 20 years. He said, and this was the most fatality. He said, I didn't, he said, when I got there, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. He said, he said it was really, really bad. And I felt so bad for him. I mean, this man hugged me and he kept shaking and crying. Then I had other people coming up to me, women, and then I had kids with their parents like, can you please help us? Can you please help us? We don't want this to happen. I don't understand why this took so long. And the county needs to do something now instead of saying, oh, well, there's 2 stop signs there. People should or be aware of what they're doing. Okay, so if you're not aware of what you're doing and something happens, if you drop a pen or if you drop a cup of coffee or something happens, say a bird flies in front of your car or flies in your window or you get stung by a bee or something or whatever, you're going to tell me you're not going to have an accident? That's what is called an accident. So stop saying that my son-in-law ran this, flew out of there. Yeah, excuse me, but he was doing the speed limit and he was blinded. I'm just upset. I'm like, really, and I have every right to be. I have people contacting me, other people that aren't from the town and other people that don't even know my family members and said, I don't know how you're not going down there and ripping that place apart. They said, you should be on the phone with the commissioners and the counties and this and that. And I'm like, right now, I can't even think. I said, I had to shut my phone off.
Eddie, I'm so sorry.
Thank you so much. I'm just glad that you contacted me and you said that you wanted to show me what you saw the next day. I'm just so thankful.
Yeah.
I really, really am.
I'm glad we have that footage.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm glad that you have the footage too and you showed it to me because just showing that footage to me helped me to realize what they went through and that actually know that I want Adam to be at rest and know that he did not do nothing to his mother or his wife. I want his mind to be eased.
Eddie, thank you so much.
Thank you.